All right, guys, let's take a quick look at the Seiko 5KX, known as the SRPH19. This was a contest-driven colorway that Seiko fans could enter in their vote, basically, for what colorway they wanted to go with. Well, Pogue and Pepsi kind of won the colorway, and that's what you have here. You have a Pogue colored dial, and then you have a Pepsi colored bezel, but on the 5KX. I think it works. It worked on the Pogue, and it works on this. It's a beautiful colorway, and hopefully Seiko does it on more models. I think it could work potentially on some other models. It definitely works on this one. They made 2021 of these. That was the year they did it. This is number 1591. They are actually numbered on the case back. That's a proper way to do a limited edition. This is not the factory bracelet. This is an aftermarket bracelet that the owner put on, but I do like the way it looks. These were $295. They are now selling for $800 and above. Snapshot in time. This is what, November of 2022? So over a year later, they've more than doubled in value. So that's pretty good return on investment, if you're going to call it an investment. I don't think it is. I think you should wear it, enjoy it, and it is what it is. I mean, if you're buying Seiko watches to invest in, I don't know, maybe not the best idea. If you're buying them to collect them, absolutely. And if they happen to go up in value, that's cool. That validates your decision. Not a big deal. Case size on this, 42.5 millimeter, lug to lug, 46 drilled lugs. Push-pull crown at 7 millimeter, keeps a 100 meter water depth rating on it. It's 13.7 millimeter thick, has a hard Lex crystal on the front, 22 millimeter lug width, and you do have a display case back. Let's zoom in so we can take a look at that case back, and you can clearly see it's labeled limited edition around the perimeter. And then at the bottom, if I can get light to cooperate with me, yeah, you're right there. 1591 of 2021. Inside is going to be the NH34. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's what that is. And here's a look at the dial. Nice shiny, standard SKX looking handset, day date, aluminum bezel insert, 120 click bezel. And it pretty much lines up. I mean, if a Seiko isn't a half a click off, it's not a Seiko, right? So there's that watch right there. I do want to show it next to a Long Island Islander watch that I thought was pretty similar. You can see it's a little more bold of a gold color, and then you have a sapphire crystal or bezel insert and a sapphire crystal. So very similar colorway, and you can get these still for a pretty cheap price, but it is not going to be the the fan base build. But you can get a similar look and vibe with this one. It is a no date, whereas this one has a day date. But overall, I think they're similar colorways, and I really like both of them. I think they could coexist. This one's not mine. This one belongs to my buddy John, who he doesn't really sell watches, so this is a keeper for him, I'm sure, and he has agreed to loan it to me and another YouTuber for videos, so I can share it with you guys. There it is on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. It's so funny how opposed most of us were to the 5KX when it first came out a few years ago, including myself. It's not like I was opposed to it, but I was definitely reserving my judgment. And you fast forward now to, like, I have a small collection of them. I really like some of the colorways that they've done. This would be added to that list if I would have been wise enough to buy one at $295. No, I'm not going to buy one at $800. That's not happening. But you know, that's one of those things. The fear of missing out that everyone talks about sometimes is like a real thing. Like, you know, because now if you still wanted one, it's not like you can guarantee that, you know, you're going to be picking it up at retail or less later on. Sometimes they go the other way and they go up, and then, you know, your fear of missing out, it was legitimized Obviously, there's more watches. There's always more watches. You can move on. Or there's similar watches, like this one. You could just move on and grab this one. But something to think about. Regardless, here's the Loon Shot. Seiko Performance, always on par. Just for kicks, here's the Islander. No slouch, that is for sure. So either way, you got a couple of affordable options here. Speaking of the OEM price, the $295, not the $800 price. I don't consider that affordable for a 5KX. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.